What up, my dudes, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making not a McChicken, but very close to it. I can't legally say it's a McChicken. They might sue me. Anyway, my recipe is going to be gluten-free because I have tummy issues. If you want to make it non-gluten-free, just use regular flour and regular panko breadcrumbs when we get to that part. So without further ado, let's get started. Now we're going to start off with a pound of ground chicken. And hey folks, as always, all my ingredients will be listed out in the description below. You're going to add a tablespoon of salt, about a half tablespoon of onion powder, about a teaspoon of MSG, which don't worry, it's not going to give you a headache, all that's made up. And it's going to add a lot of flavor. We're going to add some smoked paprika, about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon, about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon of garlic powder, about a half teaspoon of white pepper, half teaspoon of cayenne, and a half teaspoon of chili powder. It's going to give it a little bit of spice, but not overbearing. Next, we're going to go ahead and put on our gloves and mix it all up together. Form patties and press them down on a well-greased, lined baking sheet. I put mine on top of some saran wrap to make it easier to get off. Then we're going to put this in the freezer for 15 to 30 minutes. Next, we're going to get some gluten-free panko breadcrumbs. And then we're going to go ahead and crack some black pepper into this, because that's how McDonald's seems to do it. And then I decided I wasn't happy with how big the panko crabs were, so I decided to go ahead and blend them real quick to make them a little bit more fine and powdery, and it really incorporated the black pepper in there. Next, we're going to get some gluten-free flour, and then crack 3 eggs and whisk them together. And if you don't want to make this gluten-free, just use regular flour and regular panko breading. That's totally fine. We're also going to go ahead and preset our fryer to 350 to 365 degrees. Once we take out those patties, we're going to put them in our flour, making sure we get the whole surface. Then stick them in our egg wash. I used a little bit too small of a bowl for this. And then we're going to go ahead and cover them in our panko solution. Then we're going to go ahead and fry them for about 5 to 10 minutes until they turn a nice crispy brown like this. And then we're going to grab some lettuce. I'm growing this romaine lettuce inside in one of these indoor hydroponic systems. It's really nice to have fresh lettuce like this on hand at all times. Really recommend one of these. You can get them on Amazon. We're just going to get this a rough chop and stick it into our salsa bowl. Because McDonald's uses just lettuce and mayonnaise. A ton of mayonnaise, I notice. So go ahead and toast your buns. And add some mayonnaise. Get it on both those buns like so. Add one of our patties. Then we're going to stick our lettuce on there. And just because McDonald's does it and really messes it up, we're going to add more mayonnaise to really replicate that McDonald's feeling. Then we're going to put that all together. And look at that, you got a McChicken. Look how nice that looks. It's even meatier than a normal McChicken. And of course, what would a cooking video be without the cross-section cut? Delicious, juicy.
Right, the original McChicken. Not a McChicken. The original not a McChicken. Gluten-free. McDonald's is too much of cowards to make a gluten-free one. Tastes like a McChicken? It hits the spot, but we can do better. Let's do a McChicken Deluxe. Sorry, not a McChicken Deluxe.
Now, to make a deluxe version, we're going to start by changing up the sauce. We're going to start with a mayonnaise base, about a quarter cup, like all great sauces. This is going to be our biggest change. Then we're going to add about a tablespoon of honey. If you want this to be sweeter, add 2 tablespoons of honey. Then I use 2 tablespoons of sriracha. Again, your sweetness to heat ratio is up to you. Just play around with it. A splash of apple cider vinegar, maybe a half teaspoon to a teaspoon, and then grate 1 garlic clove in there. And then we're just going to give that a quick little whiskey doodle until you get a delicious little sauce that you can taste. Next, I'm going to melt some American cheese on top of my chicken patty until it's nice. And we're going to take that sauce and spread it on both the buns because we'll make sure that it's nice and saucy, just like an original. Add our chicken patty with cheese, of course our lettuce, a couple pieces of onion, a nice slab of tomato, which we're then going to add some salt. You should really be salting your tomatoes in all sandwiches. Some pepper, and then just an extra little drizzle of that sauce, because hey, we made it, why not? And there you have it, a deluxe McChicken. McDonald's ain't making that, no sir. Let's go ahead and get this a nice little cut so you can see the cross section. I swear I'll get better at filming this in the future.
Here is the deluxe McChicken. What half do you want? You want that half?
Yeah.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
You bite on camera. Everything that was right about the last one, it made it so good. Amplified by 10. The spicy sauce, sweet and spicy sauce, the onions, the tomato, the lettuce. This is delicious. This is how McDonald's should be doing it.
Alright, and there you have it, folks. Not a McChicken, but very close. Now, if I wanted to improve this even more, I would say add some bacon to it, to the deluxe version. But that's going to do it for today. Let me know what you want me to cook next. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps me out. And as always, toodles.